Welcome back to ChatBotHero. In this video I'm going to show you how to save someone's email. It's very simple, but let's go through the process. I've got a number of email responses. One's an email that's just it's called email ask. It's asking someone for their email. Let's have a look at that. This is just a standard text entry. What's your email, first name? So after that, we're going to come to the email confirm, which is going to show them what they've input to make sure that that is correct, because sometimes someone will make a typo and we don't want to save that. We want to make sure it's the correct one. So it shows them the email, then it asks them to confirm that that's correct. If it's not correct, then it will take them to redo it. I'll just show you these buttons. So if it's not correct, it's going to go back to email ask, and if it is correct, it's going to go to email thanks. So let's have a look at email thanks. Email thanks is here, and we've just got a great thanks, first name, you've been successfully subscribed. Then it will go on to ask if there's anything else they need. Now you'll have seen there is another email response that I've got here, which is just email save. So I'll show you what this is. This is going to save the user's input to the email variable and also subscribe them to an email subscribe channel. So let me show you how I did that. You'll come to recipient variables and you'll create one for email. So I've already created one here, but I'll show you how you do that. Just click the add variable button, type in email and save. That's as simple as it is. So we've created one, and that is the variable that's going to show in the conversations. So it will show their email. So let's come back to email save. So you can see in this one, it's saying save user input into email variable. And this is, the save input is here. So literally you just click this button here and you would select let's scroll down to find the email. You select the email variable. Okay, so I'm going to cancel that because I've already got it in here. You'll see I've also added the recipient to an email subscribe channel. So that means we can send broadcast messages to recipients subscribed to different channels. The benefit of sending a message via Facebook Messenger through the chatbot system is that you get a much higher open rate. You get like a 98-99% open rate within 10 minutes because it pings on people's phones and it comes straight through to them. Whereas a standard email, you're looking at less than 3% open rate. So how did I do this? You'll come to the channels here and you'll create the channel. I've created one called email subscribed. Again, you just add a channel, give it a name and save. Okay, so I've already done that here, and once you've done that, if we come back to the responses, email save, to add someone to a channel, literally all you're going to do is click this button here, add to remove the channel. You'll select the channel, and underneath that you can add them to a channel, and you can also remove them from the channel as well. So you can move people from one channel to another or one list to another. This is really helpful because you can, for example, move buyers to a buyers list and keep non-buyers to their own list. Or you could move, I don't know, people living in a certain part of the country or part of the world to one list and people to another part of the world in another list. So you can filter lists by any variable you want. It's really very flexible. So I'll cancel that. So once we use this email save, it's going to save their email, and it's also going to subscribe them to the email subscribed list. Let me show you how that works. So all of these responses, of course, have to be triggered, and they're triggered by, we come to the flows. We come to the flows here, and we can come down. I've just created one here, subscribe email, just as a basic one. So we've got when someone says subscribe, it's then going to ask for their email address, and if they put their email address in, we use what's called regex. Now, regex can be a little bit daunting, but don't worry, it's really straightforward, and we've got a cheat sheet along with examples for you, so you don't need to work out most of the things that you need to save this way. So the benefit of regex is that it's looking for specific strings, characters and so forth, and so it can make sure that the bot is very, very intelligent. It knows the difference between a valid email and an invalid email, for example. So in this case, if a user puts in their email address, it's then going to show them the email save respond. Well, that response doesn't actually show them anything, it just saves the email to the email variable, and then it will also register them for the email subscribe list, and then on the email confirm it's going to show them the thank you message. Okay, so that's how the email would work. So you'd have one for the set off the subscribe that then goes to the email ask, another one that just checks that the email has been put in correctly, and then if it has been put in correctly, it will save it and confirm it, and that's all there is to it. The same thing can happen with subscribe and unsubscribes, but let's stick to this for the time being. So how does that work in practice? Let's go into one here, and if we type in subscribe, you'll see it asks for my email address, so I can put one in. I can put in that email address. Then it's confirming, so your email address, so your email is, and it gives me this, and I say yes, that's it, or I would say no and redo it. Let's say yes, that's it, and then it's told me I've been successfully subscribed. Is there anything else I want to do today? And then it continues on the conversation. So let's come back to the dashboard, and we can now come to the recipients. So I'm one of the recipients now, and we can see it's got my name, my last name, and then the more details. We click here, and we can see it's now got my email address. It already knows my gender, it knows where I am, it knows my time zone, and that's it. Now if I come to the subscription channels, we can see subscribe channels. I should be subscribed to the email subscribe. There we go, I've opted in today, and that's how easy it is to add someone to an email list. I hope you found that helpful and useful. As always, if you have any queries, always feel free to contact our support desk. Thanks very much for watching.